Hello and welcome back to the Video Snow Report with me, Caroline. It's week 4 of the season and virtually everything is open here in the Three Valleys. In the Meribel Valley, out of 68 runs, there's just one minor closure, the village run below the main resort. All of the lifts are running and we have plenty of snow. Snow depths are 175 centimetres at the top of the runs, 85 centimetres down at the bottom. It has been quite mild here over the past couple of weeks. We've had some fresh snow but also some rain on the lower runs. Skiing conditions are a little bit variable, generally good above the lift mid-stations, but it has been getting a little bit hard on some of the lower runs with all the holiday traffic. I'm glad to say we had some fresh snow last night, around 15 centimetres, and that has helped soften up the lower runs considerably. Now this is the busiest week of the whole season, so I thought I would bring you some insiders' top tips on how to avoid the crowds and avoid the lift queues. The first suggestion is to get up early and be on the lifts at 9 when they open, because there are very few people around at that time. By 9:30 the main lifts at the showdown are heaving with people, so it really is worthwhile getting out of bed a little bit earlier this time of year. If you're a good skier, head for black runs, because very few people do black runs. If you're an off-piste skier, why not join the local mountain guides? They offer a group off-piste guiding service which costs €110 per person per day. That runs from a Tuesday through till Friday and is very well worth doing if you want to go off-piste. If you take an instructor, of course you get lift queue priority and you can quite legitimately jump all of the queues, and that's true whether you take a private instructor or whether you join group lessons, and that's the same for all of the ski schools here in the Three Valleys. If you aren't with an instructor, you can still quite legitimately jump the queues on the lifts which have a single person file. Look out for the signs, they're usually tucked around the side of the lift saying single person, and you can fill up the cabins or the chairlifts quite legitimately jumping all of the queue. That's well worth doing. You'll find those mainly at the big lifts in the Courchevel Valley and up in Monterey. Some of the runs have very few people on them because they're tucked away and not obvious. Runs to head for include Comble-l'Étoile, Étalus, Bosse, Raffort, Coq, Campagnol and Crête, and you'll always find that these are the quietest in the Meribel Valley. It's worthwhile skiing over lunchtime if you can as well. Between 12 and 2 most French people will stop for a good lunch, and therefore the pistes do tend to be quite a lot quieter at that time. Finally, at the end of the day, why not finish with a run down to Meribel Village rather than taking the main busy run into Meribel. It's a lovely, easy, tree-lined run. There's a lovely bakery down at the bottom where you can have the best hot chocolate in the Three Valleys or pick up something delicious for tea time, and then you can take the free bus back into Meribel. That makes a much more relaxing last run of the day than any of the main pistes into Meribel itself. If you're coming out next week, of course, all this is irrelevant because from next weekend onwards we're going to be back into low season. To my mind, early January is one of the quietest and loveliest periods of the entire year. Forecast is for sunshine, so if you are coming out you will enjoy quiet pistes and nice snow conditions. That's all from me. See you next week. Bye bye.